Hey, my friends, it's your friend Kevin. Welcome, and thank you very much for being here. Let's get right on to it. This is your Divine Daily Blast. Here we go. All right, we are in number 6, angel numerology number. Now, for some of you, you have your own personal angel numerology number based upon your birth date. But this is a universal date, taking today's date, which is 4/29/2025, adding it together, then reducing it to a single number. I hope that makes sense for those of you who want to know what an angel number is. Now, angel numbers, as many of you know, there's a number of the angels assigned, and there's a number in the ancient art of numerology, and the messages are oftentimes really very similar. So we just push them together and give us a number, a vibration, and a resonance to take us through the day. So this number 6, I call it revitalization, looking at plans, changing plans. So for example, today, if you made new moon wishes on the new moon, which was this past Sunday, you can continue the wishes into Monday. But on Tuesday, being today, you may decide, I'm not sure I want that wish. I may want to figure out a practical way to put my wishes into motion. This is divine guidance. This is the divine daily blast that you get, that they like your wishes and they look pretty good. But here's what's going to make them better. That's what this number 6 means on today's date. Stop worrying about material things and refocus your thoughts on positive desires. In other words, we can take this affirmation from Archangel Jophiel, which I'll get to in a minute, because this plays into all of it. All right, so what else can I tell you? Here are my isms. I am intentional and clear. Yes, you are. I am manifesting my desires with ease and joy. This comes from our friend Joanna Pantases, who last summer did a wonderful, wonderful job. Every day there was an affirmation, there was an exercise. It was a lovely workbook. And this was one of the positive affirmations that I pulled from it. I am patient and forgiveness. Now, we're affirming that I am patient because many of us are not. Many of us do not like waiting. We live in a world of instant gratification, and we live in a world of modern technology, and we live in a world where things that we thought would happen in 20 years actually happen in half that time. So, patience for all things to line up and all things to manifest and all things to come out perfectly takes time. And it's been my experience working with the fairies, who have quite a sense of humor, is that when there are these big lessons to learn, when there are these, you need to go back and look at that again, there is this patience that pops in. Take a look, go a bit slower, pay attention to the details. Sometimes when things speed up, they speed up so quickly, we miss the juicy bits. So have patience, and you can turn that negative, if you're feeling negative about patience, into everything happens in God's time. Even though the Bible says he created the world in 7 days. Whoa, okay. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, whoa, hang on a minute here. That's a miracle. Moving on. Let's get to this divine, angel affirmation. Sorry, I got distracted. This comes from Archangel Jophiel. Now, she sent us another one yesterday, but this is a bit different. As the beauty of God, I can help you see the positive in any situation. I'm going to get to how that showed up for me this morning. Put on my uplifting rose-colored glasses. I am beautiful. The world is beautiful. My future is beautiful. So, I shared with many of you that I'm working with John and some other, John Mothershead and some other folks in Color Your Spirit. I think that's what it's called. And every day we have a question that we ask ourselves. What energy can guide me today to, I think it was, let me get my notes. Ugh. Even I like doing homework. I really do. I never liked it in school. I thought it was boring. Why am I going to do homework when I've been in school all day long? That doesn't make any sense. So oftentimes, Kevin, me, I didn't do it. Let's see. What energy can guide me today in creating balance, protection, and personal empowerment? So, what did I end up with today? And I shuffled. I end up with this card that says, straight up, agonize. It's the Five of Cups. It's quite a beautiful painting. So I stared at it and I looked at it. It kind of looks like a grayish rose coming up out of the dirt. And I thought, well, this does look like a lot of dirt, a lot of ash, a lot of, like, I'm looking at the thing thinking, okay, well, what's the other side of it? The other side of it is acceptance. And that's actually the shadow side, because this is the upright side, agonize. So I tried to pull all this together, and it is landing in a place of I have to look at things in a different way. Now, the big caveat for me is mourning the loss, but not agonizing over the process. Not agonizing over the process. This is where you want to get to, the acceptance of it. If we're spending our days, if I'm spending my day agonizing over what is missing, what went on, what didn't work, what, and this is part of revitalizing. Are we living in a place where the patterns are recurring and we're not changing the pattern? There is a certain divine order of things, how things have to be done, in what order they have to be done. There is that. That's where patience comes in. Usually for me, to get through that field of moving to something bigger, something better, something more authentic, something more brighter, lighter, it takes a while. So this is where we get to double check. This is where we get to revitalize. This is where we get to use that time to take a little look while things are lining up and getting into place. And I'm hoping this is making sense. We have our blue beings. Now, the blue beings can appear to you in any which way they want to, but they are close by, and their job is to heal old wounds. It's important information. It's about charging up your internal batteries by getting yourself in the mode of saying, yeah, I think I've got this. Everything we do gets better and better and better and better and more and more and more and more. But in any time that we spiral up, when we lift up to a new energy center, when we are creating more light, when we're creating more love, there does come that struggle of letting go. It's a little bit like, a soul inhabits a body and there's a physical birth, an actual physical push into the world. This little baby has gotten really too big for the mother to carry it. So, physically, women experience physical discomfort, pain. Like, this is not the easiest thing for me to do. And yet, through love, through devotion, they do it. They get on with it and they do it. And everybody hopefully gathers around and helps them. The blue beings come around knowing that the entire planet Earth is changing. And we either have to forgive ourselves for perhaps not taking care of her, perhaps not being as diligent about what we're working on, what we're not working on, and move on from it. But know that by our actions and our words and our lifting vibrations and our healing, things will get better, and there is glory in that. Melchizedek is here asking us and suggesting that perhaps we do some additional study. He's here to be the divine teacher. Maybe you want to study a different type of faith. Perhaps you want to revisit your scholarly, faithful type of learning. Now, our friends Gertrude and Beatrice are still in this education place, and they're just looking at different books. Beatrice is drawing symbols. I'm not sure what the symbols mean. She's saying, you don't need to know. But they're just suggesting that we take the patience to learn something else, not be in such a rush to get it right or to do it or to have it right now or to pull this card. Okay, Gertrude, Beatrice, what is your blessing and who are you sending? Oh, passion. So is this a missing link that we've got to get passionate about our learning? Got to get passionate about what we're learning? Is that what the missing link is? That's what I would say. I think that the blessing for today is reigniting your internal passion to find out what sets you up, what lights you up, and move more towards that playful, peaceful, fun energy, if that makes sense to you. Tune into it, because this is where the music is. She's playing a violin. Express whatever it is you're passionate about. Express that out to the world. Maybe learn a little bit more about your passions. And this happens to be a fairy queen, and she's expressing herself in all kinds of ways. Look at the colours. And if you look at these colours and those colours, it's pretty much the same. You can almost feel like Archangel Jophiel and the fairies are working together. This is going to show up for you if you're feeling a lack of passion in your life, or if you're feeling a lack of a movement in your relationship. Take a little trip down memory lane if you want. You know, I like to think of passion as being an energy that gets channeled through us, and it's almost like one of those treasure maps. And here's another clue. The clue being what you're passionate about and following it. All right, my friends, that's it. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you so much for letting me know how all this lands with you. That's huge and helpful. Until tomorrow, lots of love. Oh, don't forget, on the 10th of May, let's go to where this is what I'm doing. Go to johnmothershead.com, look for events, and then you'll see, where is it? There we go. The Angel Party coming up. Let's see if I can make this bigger. Well, no, I can't. It doesn't want me to. This is going to be about authenticity. It comes up on May 10th on Zoom. If you go to that link below, you'll find it. All right, my friends. Thanks so much for paying attention. Until tomorrow, lots of love. Bye for now.